sit here reflecting and thinking of you. And when I do, I think of blue. Maybe it was the color of your shirt, or the boom of thunder that shook the earth. Because every time I think of you, I think of blue. Me, a diamond forged through fire, and you, a canyon carved by rushing rapids and patient winding rivers. Both of us here now as wandering free travelers. We found each other in a chance meeting, a singular moment of truth. And now I find myself transported back to the days of my youth. And it brings me joy to think of you, clearest blue. Rediscovered safety in the weirdness and my truth. Nothing to think, say, or do. I am free to just be when I'm with you, dear blue. The sky is on the ground, and the ocean is in the clouds. Lay here with me and breathe. Let's gaze past the fan and beyond the ceiling, where the rainbows intersect in sacred meeting. Their flat yet brilliant hues is the spot for me that I'm grateful to share with you, my favorite blue.
Folks, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show. Absolutely humbled to be here with someone who is so wise beyond her years. And Veronica Garcia, welcome back to the Jake Feinberg Show.
Thank you, Jake.
You know, just want to go through my show is kind of predicated on the 4 L's, which, so I kind of wanted you to talk a little bit about the first L is lineage. And what I mean by lineage is, you know, where you trace back your influences in your voice, in your poetry, and even in your playing musically.
So artistically, I mean, I'm, as far as like inspiration, so much like rock and metal influence.
Rock and metal. That was not.
Yeah.
That was very much a folk. That was beautiful.
Thank you. So that's
Blue
who inspires me.
Sure.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. But there are some other things that I play when I'm like just playing guitar that it gives very much Adam Jones, very Tool vibes. So I don't know. I just follow my ear. I just hear.
I want you to talk about the ear training. Like you've always. You took a lot of lessons, but were you ear trained before you learned to read music?
I'll say no. I mean, I feel like I have very early memories for as long as I can remember of hearing songs or snippets and wishing that they had gone somewhere else with it. Like, so I think I always had that. But no, I learned how to play music and was taught the theory and all the things and like how to play music the right way. And I think that honestly like restricted me in some ways. I started to feel like fearful and nervous around playing the wrong thing. I thought I was going to play incorrectly.
When in fact there really is no wrong way.
Exactly.
Right?
And once that came to be, and I was just like, oh no, I can just play and I can just follow and trust these and let them guide me and just do the thing where I'm trying to go. That's when everything just started to like flow so much better, and when I started to feel so much freer and just being that free expression that there is no right or wrong, it just is.
Can you talk about in your existence, even though what do you think are the most important qualities of leadership, especially on the bandstand? I mean, I think ultimately for you, and if you're already doing this, let me know, but it's like you are a leader. You're a band leader. And I'm wondering, like, even in your experiences, what you believe, what are the qualities of leadership that bring out the individuality in you on the bandstand?
I think it's just listening and remaining in that space of non-judgment, so everyone can feel also as free and as welcome as I feel in that moment, to just give that. Like, I feel like it's such a gift to just be in that space of not judging the creation, and because like I held that sound sandbox a few weeks ago, and that was the intention, because like I just had this vision of seeing the friends who I was meeting up with one-on-one to just jam, and some of them were insecure and nervous, but they would say afterwards, like, that was so much fun, like, thank you, I had a great time. And I just had this vision of like bringing all of them together to just play with sound. Like, it's not even just make music, and it's not about performing, it's just hit some stuff, see what happens, see what catches on, what comes to your mind, how do you want to play, it's like having a whole palette of colors and paintbrushes, like what draws your eye, what stands out to you, and just let's just play with it. So I think that if I suppose in that sense, like I am a leader, but it feels like I'm just like giving it back. I'm just trying to give it back to the people.
Of course, that's exactly what I was trying to say to you before about it's just like I want to share it.
Yes.
Share that energy. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's like how much is hush? What we experience, is there a way to put into words what we experienced on Sunday night there?
I think I might have said it to you, like, just the only way I can like condense that experience, it was just God watching God. To see, I'll just call out names, to see Jamar on the keys, and in it, and I'm just watching the keys move.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God. And Josh on bass, man, what? and just
you realize, I mean, it's just like
it's
called trust.
Mm-hmm.
And
some people have to release it,
right? Some people would say God is love.
Yes, I agree.
You agree?
Yes, 100%.
And explain why, because that's the other. So it's leadership, lineage, and then what the other one is your concept of love.
Mm-hmm.
You strike me as you do love yourself, mm-hmm. and you haven't necessarily had it modeled for you your whole life, mm-hmm. but you, through, I don't even want to say perseverance, but I think through the divine.
Yes.
And I just wanted you to talk about, especially in these times, I mean, we're dealing with, you can feel this tectonic shift going on. You can, it's 106 degrees in October in Tucson, okay? Yeah. So the world, the globe is changing, the climate is changing. We're trying to move into this new age, and yet I'm not even saying it's antiquated. People still want stability, mm-hmm. and so they're reacting against it, and this country could really go in many different directions, mm-hmm. but the only thing that I hold on to is the light in people's mm-hmm. eyes, like yourself. Mm-hmm. So I wanted you to talk about love, and how your concept of love, and how you give love to the world.
So yeah, like love,
break it down.
Unconditional love.
Yeah, it's unconditional
love. That part, like that level, that depth of love. It's beyond the care. It's beyond the words we say or just the mere actions that we take, but to be again in that space of non-judgment, right? Because love doesn't judge. Love just accepts what is and chooses to love anyways. And it is a practice, and I think for me, it's to remain committed to my own self-love above. I can't give what I don't have, right? So making sure that my cup is always full, and if it's not full, then to not be pouring out and
you know something?
exerting.
Because you know something, you just nailed it. Because I just did an interview last night with a guy named Joe Wilkinson, paying tribute to a dear old friend named Neil Casal, whose spirit is still here. But the point is, he wasn't able to create equilibrium with giving and giving and giving love, and then giving enough, or being able to receive it, and or really being able to balance what you're talking about. Because if you just keep giving and giving and giving, and you're being abused, or you don't even know it, then you're going to run into the depths. And I think that's how I wanted to close, is that the other L is life, overcoming adversity. And I wanted you to talk to the audience about a time in your life where the darkness was so intense that you weren't sure how you were going to escape it. And ultimately, the baby steps that it took for you to get now to a point where you are radiating divine light in your life.
Yeah, so...
And I know what I'm saying, we've all been there. We all still are in it. We are all dealing with our madness. So, but what I'm trying to get to is say, you did not have, listen, you had a roof over your head, you had meals on the table, but you were taught that life is a certain way and not to trust, or only stay within the confines of the dogma. And so a lot of people could come out of that and be resentful. And you, through your own perseverance, have reached this point where you still have a lot of room to grow, but I can tell, it's a mystical thing. And I just wanted you to talk about how heavy the darkness was for you and how it fell away.
So, like, one last point I want to make on love.
Absolutely.
I refer even to my own self about that Bible verse a lot, how, you must love your neighbor as yourself. And that means, right, like if I'm not loving myself, then I cannot love my neighbor. Right, so it's not just, again, in these actions and in the being kind, but how am I treating myself? Because that is how I'm going to treat everyone else. Without it, like that's law, that's universal law, that's universal law, that's universal fact. I must love my neighbor as myself. If I'm not loving myself, I cannot love my neighbor. The more I love myself, the more love I have to give to everyone around me. That's on that. So now back to like the darkest time though. Take it in. Just soak that moment in. It's just continuing to get baptized. All right? Oh, yes. So
because that's just too perfect.
Really? And that's
honestly,
that's
Veronica,
when I know I'm
Veronica,
like in that state.
You know what? We're not going to go any farther. That is just perfect, okay? And we will do this again. I am so humbled to know you, and I'm so grateful that we had this opportunity for co-creation. Grateful. I look forward to doing more.
Me too. Thank you so much, Jake. Like I was first like, oh, I'm gonna get interviewed, but then I was just like, no, just like be self. That's all that's required. And
be present.
It's
be
been
mindful.
Even better than I expected. I ask myself every day, throughout the day, how does it get better? And the universe has no choice but to answer. And this time has been so fulfilling. And I feel like I even learned more about myself in this space, and I'm holding on to this. So thank you.
You made my day. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
It's the Jake
Much
Feinberg.
love.
It's the Jake Feinberg Show. We'll see you later.